This video is on linear regression. We open Google Sheets, blank worksheet. We're going to make the cells larger font. Type in some labels and some data. We're going to center it. Select it all. And over on the right there, center. There it is. Let's see. Format the numbers to decimal places. Format, number, custom number. And we could use that. There's two there. Try to double click on that. Didn't take. There it is now. We're going to make the headings boldface. Not necessary, but there it is. So there's our data. The X column has to be first, the dependent variable second. I'm going to show you how to compute slope, intercept, and correlation coefficient. It's a quick way to get them using formulas. Those are labels. Widen the column. Select them. This time I'm going to go to the right for alignment. Wouldn't need to. I'm going to make that column larger. Formula equals slope, left parentheses. Select the Y data first, must be Y comma. Select the X data, right parentheses, enter. Type in equal intercept, left parentheses. Select the Y data first, comma. Select the X data, right parentheses, enter. Correlation coefficient. The formula is equal CORREL, Correl, left parentheses. Select Y, comma. Select X, right parentheses, enter. So, quick way to get slope intercept. We're going to align those differently and make the font larger, easier to see. Okay. And I'm not satisfied with the decimal points there, so we're going to select the numbers. We'll do format. We'll do, should be number. There it is there. And probably going to do custom number. Didn't show on the screen. I need a lot more decimal places. I'm going to put that in there, but that's not good. So I'm going to select the numbers, and then you can increase the decimal places right there. Okay. Right, so we're going to do our plot next. Looks like I'm putting some spacers in there. Double click on the cell. Go to the right side, hit the blank space key a couple of times. All right, so we'll select the X and Y data. We'll do insert, chart. Here it is on the screen. It needs to be a scatter plot. So if you don't see scatter plot, like mine is pre-selected because I've done it before, it's one I use the most. You have to choose scatter chart. Okay. Customize. Chart axis and title. So for the title, which is what we're going to select here, input Y versus X, which is fine for us. Font size, we want to make it larger. Okay. Maybe boldface. Then for alignment, let's see. Alignment, say center. All right, so then we'll double click on Y, on the Y axis. That'll be our title. We could put units if we need to. We'll increase the font and make it boldface. You can see the changes on the graph. Double click on the X. Do the same thing. Font size, bold. Looks good so far. All right, so if we want to edit this, we can right click, okay, and we can choose different things, or we can click on those three dots and edit chart again to get the menu choice customized on the right. And what we're going to do next is series. We want the trend line is buried here. So we'll scroll down. We're going to change the color of the points to black, not necessary. We're going to make the points larger, 10 pixels. And scroll down a little bit further. And you can see trend line, which is what we want there. We want that trend line to appear on the graph. The least squares line through the points, which is right there. Okay. Now, notice it says linear. You could change it to another regression if you needed to. Line thickness is fine, but we could change it. We could increase the line thickness. We want to show the equation on the graph. So under label, use equation. There it is on the graph. Okay. Showing the correlation coefficient as well, right there. So if we double click on that, and we can actually change the font and maybe boldface, whatever. So there's bold now, okay. And font over here on the right. I don't know why I didn't click on it. All right. Change the color. There, we'll make it larger, easier to see. Pretty good, but there's some issues with this. It doesn't really show the y-intercept, which is negative. We're going to change the range on the x from 0 to 5. But the last point isn't shown very well. We probably want to increase the size of the numbers along the x-axis. The same with the y. There's a y-axis. We clicked on that scale. Minimum value, it's going to be negative because we have a negative intercept, so -1 to 5. But looks like the grid lines are wrong now, so we're going to have to change some of these things. So click on the number on the y-axis there, and what can we do? We're going from -1 to 5, which is fine. We're going to increase the font size of those numbers. And I think we want the grid lines and ticks. We want to show the axis line. I think that was missing. And grid lines and ticks there. Probably want to show the major ticks on that graph. Major step units of 1 is fine here. And show the major grid lines. That should make that graph a lot better. Okay. We could put other tick marks on it as well. So click back on the graph. It's a pretty good graph there. I think that our numbers on the x-axis are too small, and really that last point doesn't show, so we'll click on those 3 dots. Well, actually, I'm going to click, looks like I'm going to click on a number on the x-axis. And I'm going to change the maximum to 6. It shows them all now. Okay. And click on a number again. I'm probably going to increase the font. Grid lines and ticks. Step 1. Okay. Major grid lines. Makes it more consistent. And finally, I want those numbers to be larger along that x-axis. Okay. Fine. Looks like I'm playing around with that. So there's our graph, okay? Now we could actually move this to its full sheet if you want that. So there it is there. You save it, but we can actually just change the heading up there to our file name. It's going to be saved in Google Drive. I'll come on. Let's see, regression _1. Okay. Then I'll do file. We can download it. It'll stay in Google Drive. Download, say to Excel or a PDF if we want to submit it to Canvas. That was pretty much it. Okay, let's see.